This is the Himalaya, which literally means abode of snow. It's the last frontier, the king of all mountains. Here, species have thrived and gone extinct, civilizations came and then destroyed. But the mountains, they have seen it all.
Lights out, it's a cold Sunday morning.
My name is Rohan, and the mountains, my home. I believe that before one takes a step outside into the paths unknown, one must truly understand where he belongs.
I feel like it's open.
This is my winter, a winter where I explore and film my own backyard through travel, adventure, music, practically anything that can slow time down for me. You can call this my quest for redemption, my path to inspiration, a test of spirituality, a way to become a young fool again. Because this is my way back home.
Lights out, it's a cold Sunday morning. I think it's snowing now. No more cellular phones.
My next destination is Ladakh. Now, I would recommend anyone and everyone to basically take a car and drive it all the way from Manali to Leh. But unfortunately, I can't do that because I've been chasing winter throughout this trip, and unfortunately, I have to take a flight into Leh from Delhi. But I'm pretty excited about the flight as well because it's sunrise, so I might just get a glimpse of the sun rising on top of the mountains. I've never seen that before, so that should be exciting.
I always wanted to fly over the Himalayas since I was a little kid, and looking at them now from this aerial perspective, I just cannot digest the vastness and the scale that they exude. The high peaks seem like small little icebergs surrounded by this ocean of endless clouds. We dove into the clouds, revealing the harsh and dry valleys below, and soon enough, I got my first glimpse of Ladakh. My usual partner in crime, Bharti, could not make it for this leg of the journey. And that's why I have invited my sister, Rinjan, to come along and help me film this and also keep me company. In the recent past, there is so much that has been written, shown and said about Ladakh that there is a certain sense of familiarity that exists even before you reach this place. But standing here right now in this vast valley, all the preconceived notions that I had have completely disappeared. The first thing that hits me is the immense magnitude of the valley in which lies the small town of Leh. When I was in Spiti, I felt like a tiny ant, but this place makes me feel like a speck of dust. This is Ladakh, and I can't wait to explore it. Almost everyone on their first day of arrival in Leh kick back in their rooms, adjusting to the altitude, and in the evening hike up to the famous Shanti Stupa. It is definitely one of the major attractions of Ladakh. In the evening I decided to come to this place called Shanti Stupa, and it's called Shanti Stupa for a reason because you have to be silent over here. It's a place of meditation. It is an iconic destination. When you say Leh, type it up, Shanti Stupa, that's what you see. The Shanti Stupa is one of the many stupas built around the world by a Japanese lineage of Buddhist monks who can be identified wearing yellow drapes as opposed to Tibetan Buddhist monks who adorn maroon drapes. It was the idea of a great Japanese monk named Nichitatsu Fuji to build peace pagodas all over to help breathe a new life into Buddhism in India. The Shanti Stupa in particular was built to promote world peace and also to commemorate 2,500 years of Buddhism. It's considered as a long-standing symbol of friendship between the people of Japan and Ladakh. If you look at the construction of it, it's pretty amazing. And what's even more amazing is the location and the view from here. You can see the entire city of Leh. The new, the old, the palace, the mountains all around it, everything. I mean, if you're coming to Leh, you definitely have to come here. And make sure it's sunset, because it's always a dramatic time to come to any place. Every morning and evening there is a prayer session held in the meditation hall just below the stupa. Anyone can come and attend this session where one can delve into the sounds of the beating drums and chants. The repeating chants Nam Myoho Renge Kyo is a way to awaken the Buddha within us, and also to tap into the deepest levels of our existence where our own life and that of the universe is one. In the recent past, tourism has grown leaps and bounds in Ladakh. Many hotels have sprung up all over Leh town, and in order to draw in the crowd, hoteliers organize small little cultural shows right at your doorstep.
Lights out, it's a cold Sunday morning.
So here I am in Leh town, and to be quite honest, the weather is perfect. During the day it goes to about 10 degrees. In the nights it's about 4 or 5. You need to wear a jacket on, but during the day the sun is so strong that, well, you can even walk around in a t-shirt.
I met up with Mr. David Sonam, who is a very well-respected man in Leh and also a family friend of mine. He's taking me to the old town of Leh, which is hidden behind the alleyways of the new bazaar. The first stop is this shop owned by Mr. Bhatt. It's one of the oldest shops which is still functioning to this day. He actually doesn't really have anything to sell in this shop, so why does he insist on keeping it open?
Time pass hota hai, log aate hain, his age, and gappa marte hain. He'll be what, in 80s now? टनल्स के ऊपर घर बनता था क्योंकि आदमी का रास्ता और पानी का रास्ता कोई रोक नहीं सकता था लद्दाख में, तो इसके ऊपर ही घर बना देते थे.
So what's the situation like with the old town and the new town? Do people still live here? They prefer living here, or have they moved out?
Everyone has moved out, most of them.
And why is that?
There are several reasons है. एक तो आपने देखा है सैनिटेशन को भी वो नहीं है, फिर पुराने घर हो गए, फिर मेंटेन करना भी मुश्किल था because people really wanted to go out in the fields and build their houses. Previously they were not allowed. They could only seek protection when they were under the walled city. पेड़ उगाना अलाउड नहीं था, घर बनाना अलाउड नहीं था फील्ड्स में. ये खाने की कमी थी. So this house has been renovated. There are two houses, huh?
Like, are there people living here right now?
No,
or-
it's an office. There's a office called LAMO,
Okay.
Ladakh Art and Media
Okay.
Organization. In fact, they're doing a big work on renovation of this old town.
Okay.
Lamo is a public charitable trust which is not just working towards rebuilding the old town but also encouraging innovation in traditional arts and crafts. I really like the principle that this organization believes in, which is that culture is not merely rooted in tradition but is also open to change and innovation. My granddad always told me that us Himachalis have a lot to learn from the Ladakhis. Now I can see why. I think that the Ladakhis have mastered the art of pleasing any kind of person that comes here. It doesn't matter if you're a backpacker seeking for adventure or someone just looking for a lazy, luxurious holiday. There is something for everyone.
I think this is the fastest developing district in India, I think. Because the way the changes have come, it's amazing. I mean, in India, I've not seen anywhere such a big change.
Towering over the entire town of Leh is the famous Leh Palace. This 9-storied palace is said to have been modelled after the Potala Palace in Lhasa and is now the crown jewel of Leh town.
So here I am at just about the center of Leh Khar. This is quite a balcony the palace has, and I can only imagine, in the earlier days. I mean, having such a vantage point right from your bedroom is just amazing. You can see the entire city of Leh.
Over the years, this 16th century palace might have lost its luster, but the Chokyang or the prayer room gives us a glimpse into the palace's majestic history. The palace has now been converted into a museum with various artifacts from the past on display. Personally, I think the multi-leveled rooftops of the palace is an ideal location for a parkour tournament. From here, you can clearly differentiate between the old town and the new town, which is much greener for some reason. Uncle David had a funeral to attend and said that I could tag along and film the procession as long as I kept my distance. I was a bit apprehensive at first because a funeral is an extremely personal affair, but at the same time I was extremely curious because I have never seen a traditional Ladakhi cremation before. I found out that the funeral was of a young man who died in a car accident not far from Leh. The procession then moved towards the cremation grounds right behind the palace. Seeing death right in front of your eyes makes one look deep inside one's own life. From a higher perspective, our journey on this earth is like a burning matchstick. We know that the matchstick will burn itself out once it reaches the end. But sometimes, all it takes is a small gust of wind to extinguish the flame of life.
Lights out, it's a cold Sunday
So today I am going to this place called Nubra Valley, which is north of Leh, and I've been told that it's a beautiful, beautiful valley, really wide open spaces, straight, sharp road ahead, and I am taking with me this bad boy.
आज बाइकर जो है ना वो कम आता है, जो दूसरे टैक्सी ज़्यादा आता है, क्योंकि बाइकर इस टाइम मौसम जो है ना थोड़ा ठंड है, इसकी वजह से बाइकर जो है बिल्कुल कम आता है.
To be quite honest, I'm not much of a biker. I've ridden, but not so much. But I've got everything loaded. I've got my equipment. I'm not carrying, clothes. Not really. I'm just wearing all of them. It's just going to be 3 days, so I'm not bothered about even taking a shower. I'm carrying some extra fuel, which is extremely, extremely important, because in Nubra Valley, even though there is a petrol pump, you can never be too sure, I've got my helmet, very important. You really need gloves, you need something to cover your face because it's really cold. And yeah, right now I'm at this place called South Pulu, and from here it's about 14 kilometers to Khardungla top, the famous Khardungla Pass. So yeah, not much bike experience, but taking it to the top of the world. A little nervous, but it's okay, I'm enjoying the ride. So this is Khardungla Pass. Wait. So this is Khardungla Pass. This is the closest you're gonna get to the sky on a road, on a bike, on a vehicle. It's pretty interesting to know that you're somewhere around 18,000 feet. Doesn't feel like it though. I arrived here in Hundar within Nubra Valley last evening, and man, this is something else. Riding that bike on those beautiful roads, brilliant, just so surreal. I have never seen such vast landscape ever in my life. So I woke up pretty early this morning, and I realized that the place where I'm staying is pretty damn cool. This is as close as you can get to nature, but luxury style. This is camping, luxury style. If you're coming to Nubra Valley, you'll find a lot of these campsites, and these are basically slightly luxurious tents. One of the most interesting thing about this place is on the outside, if you cross over the boundary, you are in a cold desert with sand dunes and camels. And when you're staying in a place like this, you're just surrounded by these poplar trees. There are apricot trees, there are apple trees that have started to flower now. It is an absolutely crazy place to stay. And where do you get tents with attached bathrooms? I've never seen that before. That's pretty luxurious for me. Oh man, this is cool. This is like...
As the name suggests, this place is called Nubra Organic Retreat. So here we have vegetable gardens, we have all kinds of fruit which grows in Ladakh. All these vegetable gardens, normally we don't use any kind of chemicals, and as you can see around, these vegetables are basically grown organically, which we serve in our kitchen for tourists, and also we tell tourists about the benefits of organic foods and how we cultivate these organic vegetables.
Okay.
The Nubra Valley, as its name suggests, it's known as Valley of Flowers, or sometimes it's also known as Orchard of Ladakh. So the difference between the Leh and the Nubra is that the Nubra has Central Asian features. This Nubra Valley was a part of a Silk Road, and where we used to have a caravan from Eastern China, which passing through this valley used to go to Kashmir. And we have right now the Bactrian camel, which originally belongs to Gobi Desert. Right now we have those camels which was a part of a caravan, and the camel which were not physically fit, those were broken legs and those who were weak were left behind, and those camels breed and their number increase. And right now the tourists comes here and enjoy the Bactrian camel ride. Otherwise you have to go this to have the experience, you have to go to Russia.
So these are the sand dunes of Nubra Valley. Now they aren't really big, but they are really majestic. You know, when you see these dunes amongst these huge mountains, it's just another, it's just very different. I've never seen a desert like this.
For me personally, Nubra Valley was all about the riding. I even tried to get to a village called Turtuk, right on the border of India and Pakistan. Unfortunately, I did not have the right permits. In total, I must have covered about 400 kilometers riding every nook and corner of this valley. At the end of all this, all I can say is that if you're coming to Nubra Valley, you better get a bike for yourself.